What's up YouTube, this is JP Panther back on the video, and today's video is actually going to be another Star Wars related video. I want to talk to you guys about this because I feel like this is very important. Well, this kind of been on my thoughts, kind of been on my mind. Again, I'm kind of going to give you my thoughts on what I think about the Rise of Skywalker and stuff like that. And I know you guys probably saw the title of this video. So it says, pretty much, the title is pretty much why, the title pretty much says is that why was Rise of Skywalker ending disappointing? I'm going to give you my thoughts. We'll go into it right now, so let's get into it right now. So, again, the reason why I think Rise of Skywalker was very, very disappointing, because, again, I never really did an in-depth video about the ending. I just kind of just gave my review and just kind of went, and I just covered the news of the Rise of Skywalker journey from Christmas to January and February, and that was pretty much it. But I never really gave you an in-depth video about the ending of the Rise of Skywalker. But I feel like the Rise of Skywalker, I feel like it was very, very disappointing since we got like, it's been like, what, 4 months since it first came out in December. I really felt like it was really disappointing because it felt like it was rushed. It felt like you could tell that Disney and J.J. Abrams, you could tell that they saw that Rian Johnson fucked up. Even the editors came out and said, like, one of the editors of Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, came out and said, like, yeah, Rian Johnson, subverted expectations. He tried to make it into his own SJW platform, whatever crazy thing he tried to do, right? And, he messed up the whole entire trilogy, just, beginning, middle, end. He just messed it up completely. And you could tell the Rise of Skywalker was a response from all the negative backlash with the Rise of Skywalker, well, with The Last Jedi. Then you had a Han Solo movie, which bombed and lost like $400 million. So that definitely added on to it, where it's just like, okay, we're going to course correct. But I felt like Rise of Skywalker felt like, a lot of people were saying that it was a ripoff of Endgame, how, it felt very, very Marvel-like. You could tell when you watched the movie, like, how they had, at the ending, like, when Avengers, if you saw Avengers Endgame, they had Avengers Assemble, when all the warriors come together and fight Thanos, how they had all the ships come together, and they try to fight Palpatine and his ships and his army and stuff like that. Then you just had, like, the tone of it. Then you had, I am all the Sith. I am all the Jedi. I am inevitable. I am Iron Man. You could tell it was a lot of Marvel stuff that they put in there, right? And it's like Disney's copying stuff from their own movie and putting it in their own movie, which is kind of funny as hell. But I just felt like Rise of Skywalker was very disappointing because it's like, alright, you destroyed 42 years of storytelling to make an SJW, Me Too movement, white feminist girl power, Me Too movement type of message in the movie. You chose a feminist message over telling a good storytelling. And the problem I have with Rey is that Rey is supposed to be this, empowering character. No, she's powerful, but she's not really empowering. There's no struggle that she goes through. At least with the prequels and the original trilogy, I know people bitch about the prequels. Anakin went through struggle. He was a boy, then he was a teenager, then he was a man, and he goes to Darth Vader. Luke, you saw him as a farm boy, then he fights the evil empire, gets his arm cut off, and then he fights Darth Vader, and he tries to redeem his father, and then then Anakin still brings balance to the Force. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a struggle, you know what I mean? Like, Rey, there was nothing, like, Force Awakens, that's when you start, again, I noticed it, like the feminists and all that, like, the whole Mary Sue aspect, but again, I didn't think it was that blatant with it. Last Jedi was very blatant. I mean, it wasn't even ridiculous. Rise of Skywalker, definitely. The point I'm trying to say is that this whole entire trilogy in the Rise of Skywalker, it was just made for Rey. Like, she doesn't go any through struggles. She doesn't get her arm cut off. She gets a little scratch, but, like, barely. I mean, they probably put makeup and all that, but, like, there's no struggle. Like, she's just handed everything, and it's like, when you watch the trilogy as a whole, it's pretty much Rey's powerful, Rey is super human, and then at the Rise of Skywalker, she's pretty much a god. I mean, like, again, and then with the Rise of Skywalker, you pretty much made Rey into Jesus, and you made freaking Palpatine into Donald Trump. I mean, pretty much. I can't explain the best way I can, but like, that was pretty much, the Rise of Skywalker. I mean, it was just like, all this movie is a sequel to the first movie, and it retcons The Last Jedi, and it retcons all these other movies, and the books and the comic books. I mean, retcons even their own Disney canon, whatever. Retcons all that. Retcons the video games. Retcons Legends. Knights of the Old Republic, High Republic, Darth Bane, Plagueis. Who else? Mandalorian they retcon because that shit takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So they retcon that. Baby Yoda, Mandalorian, that's retcon. Then you have the video games, they retcon. I mean, like, Rise of Skywalker just destroys the whole entire Star Wars franchise. And it's like, well, a lot of people say it was very enjoyable. Yeah, I will say the Rise of Skywalker was more enjoyable as a popcorn movie than The Last Jedi. But the problem is that's what a lot of movie regular casual people were saying. The problem is that the Rise of Skywalker, or at least not even the Rise of Skywalker, but the movie goer audience, the normies, the casual fans, the bandwagon jumpers, they're not going to be buying the books, the novels, the comics, the freaking video games. They're not going to be buying Legends. Like, they're not going to support this shit off the screen. You feel me? Like, they're just not. Like, you could tell because they're just going to go pay. They go to movie theaters. They'll pay their, $15, $50, whatever it is, for a ticket and their popcorn, whatever, and then be like, yay! And then they'll get out and not support any of the shit off the screen. It's different when you support it on the screen. It depends on how you support it off the screen. And also, the book was even worse because, the whole entire thing is that you guys are trying to appeal to the Reylos, but then the Rise of Skywalker pisses off the Reylos, and it retcons The Last Jedi, and then you have it where the book just keeps on retconning, and it's supposed to be quote-unquote canon from Disney. I mean, Disney and Lucasfilm came out and said this book is canon, and then you made Palpatine a clone, and the father's a clone, all this stupid shit, right? And then you find out that it just keeps retconning retcons the movie, retcons all the other stuff in the movie, and then it retcons everything that you love about the previous stuff, and then also piss off the Reylos, which are the teen girls, and they're like the hardcore big fans of this Disney trilogy, so you piss them off, so now you have nobody that likes this new Disney Star Wars era. And the problem is that you're not going to get you're not going to get really the new generation or really get newer people into the Star Wars franchise if people keep on hearing like, okay, the original trilogy was great, the prequels are great, but then it's owned by another company, and then they keep doing more bullshit, and then they're like, okay, well, I'm definitely not going to go see this Star Wars thing. And it's crazy to me is that when you watch the two companies, Disney and, Lucasfilm and Marvel, which is owned by Disney, how come Marvel gets it right and with superheroes when Star Wars, they keep fucking up and they have the Jedi, the Sith, and the lore and all that, and they can't get that right. So it makes no freaking sense in my personal opinion, and I just feel like The Rise of Skywalker was very, very disappointing because you chose to go with a political feminist SJW agenda rather than trying to tell a good story. And when you watch this whole Disney trilogy, it shows because the freaking Force Awakens was just a rip-off of A New Hope. I mean, it just really was. And if you really watch the trilogy, because now it's like, okay, I've seen how these movies have played out. It just feels like a copycat Disney-fied version of the original trilogy. That's all it is. Like, there's nothing special with this trilogy. And I guarantee you, like, 5 to 10 years from now, people are going to forget about it. And even if they do make another Disney Star Wars trilogy, it might not be received. It might even be, trying to explain the best way I can. It might not even be, it definitely won't be received that well, even if it's good. It just won't have the same attention and hype as it did with Force Awakens. And when you could tell, it's like, oh, JP, you're full of shit, whatever. Look at the box office numbers with all these movies. Force Awakens made $2 billion, Last Jedi made $1.3 billion, and Rise of Skywalker made 1.74 million. It made Joker made more money, profit and financially, made like over 100 million, and it's more profitable than The Rise of Skywalker. And Joker was like a $50 million budget with no China release, radar release, and it got like the coronavirus media treatment. You know what I'm saying? So Rise of Skywalker got everything that it got the freaking world treatment, and everyone bashed it and criticized it, and it still didn't beat Joker. So it shows you that the Rise of Skywalker is very disappointing if Joker could beat it financially. And also, it just wasn't a movie that was very received very well. And even J.J. Abrams came out and said, like, yeah, the fans, we understand your criticism, stuff like that. And we messed up. It is what it is. If people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. And he just accepts it and just moves on. So you could tell, like, with the Rise of Skywalker and this Disney trilogy, people are not going to remember about it, and it's going to be viewed as a trash, garbage trilogy. So again, that's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think this was a great Disney Star Wars trilogy? Do you think it was trash? I personally think it was trash. I think it was a waste of time. I just felt like it was a copycat of the original trilogy. That's really it, guys. Let me know what you think. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.